Yeah. Okay, so we're taking all the stuff down from the Citroen, our little mini trailer. So you can see it's all been, any parts that needed welded have been welded up, and we've put these extra bits on here just to give it some strength, so it's kind of 90 degrees. It's not into the corners, which it doesn't need, but it's strengthened the whole thing up. We've welded everything, cleaned it down. Now we're going to do it all in Amorite, and he's going to take it down there now. So this trailer has worked. It's been good for everything. That's why I made it 4 wheels, so it didn't have to keep picking it up all the time.
Yeah.
But it does everything. It does the sandblasting cabinet, does
a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, it's worked out well. So we'll see what it looks like tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's all painted up. The gates are open already. So get that painted up. There's the Cooper. Just gave it a clean yesterday. Not so sure about this. I had this treatment done on it. What's it called? Ceramic coating. And it was outside for a week or so, and these kind of bluebell things, the plants had gone on it, and they were quite difficult to get out. So I don't know if I'm that impressed with it, to be honest. It might just be that because it's in the countryside, but it's looking nice now. But it took a lot to get some of the stains out. We'll see. Anyway, so moving back onto the Citroen. So Amir's going to go down there, down to the lower garage, and paint everything up. And Amorite. And I'm going to work on this now. So get this side sorted out. So the chassis is bare now, as you can see. And I'll start working on this side, get this all into place and get it all ready to go, and then use the Amorite to paint in any of these bits here where we've ground down. And like I said, what I'll do is if we hang on to the chassis long term, then I'm definitely taking this whole side cover off. You can see there's bits here, you can see how thin it is there and here. You see there's rips in it. I mean, I'd have to put all these back on again, but it'd be worth it just to get this. I think this would probably have to make two pieces, one piece to come up here, because obviously this is going to have to be twice the width of that to take into account that angle, and then I think it's pretty much straight to the front. Just do it in 3mm, and obviously for things like that, this cab bit I'll have to put back on here, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And if it turns out that we use another car, Jaguar, whatever it might be, if we use another car and build a purpose chassis for it, then I'll just sell this to somebody who's looking for a restoration job where they've got a good diff, good gearbox, engine, chassis, and running gear, basically a rolling chassis, but no body on it, obviously. So the next job in here is to have a massive clean up. What I'm going to do is pick the cab up, move it forward, and what we're going to do is take all. So the E-type is here. Excuse me a second. So I've got my E-type here. Now this is going back on the road this week. So you can see it's absolutely manky. So yeah, I think what we'll do is I'll get this out, and then we're going to put this black matting that I have on the floor inside there. We'll put this cab and the chassis into this bay, and that way I can take the E-type out each day, or the Mini Cooper. They will sit in these where these two are now, where the chassis and the cab is, and I can take them out so that they don't get covered in dust and crap. And just to bring you an update on the Excavator, I'm still waiting for parts from S&G Barrett and in Holland. They haven't got back to me, and as soon as they do, we can crack on again. Until then, well, it is what it is. Got a little bit of a change around. So got the chassis now at the end here in the cab. I've got some people coming over, so I wanted to get the pool table usable. So I've had a bit of a clean up. It's the bonnet of the XK. There's the pool table. Mini bar over there. And yeah, there's enough room to get around it and play now. So it'll do for a first clean up, and then we'll give it a knocking off time. This is Willie and Sean getting ready for their trip to Italy today. They've been here 2 days. This is the morning after the night before.
Hi.
So the boys are getting ready. This is Willie's Tiger, Tiger, big bugger. And Superman Amir made this what do they call these? Weights?
Bar end weight.
Bar end weights. Unfortunately this came out, fell off on the road, and Amir made this little spacer for it and redone it. This was all flappy, so Willie's happy, and it didn't cost him anything.
Absolutely.
So they're getting ready now. This is Sean's bike. So they're going down towards Lake Garda, going to Lake Garda for a few days, but they're going to go down tonight. I think this is that same thing, this bar weight thing. So, and we've got the cars out because we've cleaned up the workshop. So they did 944 k's when they left the Black Forest in Germany in one day. But as you can see, we had a bit of a clean out, and Mia's working on this. So painted all the chassis back up again. And there's a Citroen engine, all really well cleaned up. It was absolutely manky, this thing, really in poor state. So I'm going to paint it up tomorrow. I've got some very high temperature paint, silver. So I'll see how it looks tomorrow. Unfortunately the cover is a bit corroded. I'm going to have to sandblast it. And there's quite a few patches on the inside. You can see some of the lead has been, or solder they've put through it. So I'll have to see if we can repair that. Maybe, hopefully it's not thin enough if we can't weld it. Stop the leaks, but it's very porous. So we'll get all that painted up tomorrow and see how it goes. We'll take the gearbox out, put the new clutch plate in, get it all lined up, and yeah, put it all back together. But it's coming on. We've got the main bed back on. It's all painted up. Looks really nice now. I mean, that Hammerite's very expensive, but it's good shit. It really is strong. It's almost like powder coating, except it's not as thick, obviously. But yeah, so I'm going to bolt it back on tomorrow. All the other parts are done, so we can build it back up, and yeah, go on from there. But we're going to take that box out as well, get that cleaned up, get that painted up as well, and as I say, we'll fit it onto the engine with a new clutch and go on from that. And then the next big job is to get this cab sorted out. So onwards and upwards, but you can see it's all painted now on the sides. I've just got to build these steps on this side and get that all cleaned up and painted, and then we can line it up exactly where it needs to be. So it's coming on. Yeah. So that one and that one are exactly the same. They're bolted in now. You can see that fits really quite nice, but I've still got to, there's no flange on that, so I've got to repair that. And these have been cut slightly longer so that they match up better. And you can see here, what I'll do here is I'll put some riv nuts in the back with spacers in here, and then bolt them through inside, but I'll put a nice flat bar in there so it's nice, and purchase is really nice, but they're strong as hell. So yeah, take it all apart tomorrow and clean it up and paint it. Same on the other side, we can put it all back on again. But it's all in. Oh, that's probably better. So we've had me on one side and the mirror on the other, so I think that's pretty much strong enough. looking nice with the hammer, right? This is just set on the side, it's not bolted yet, you can see. And Amir's working on this Citroen engine. Cleaning it within an inch of its life. Done the head. Do the bottom, and the engine will be like a kind of green colour. And then we'll have to sandblast a few bits and pieces. But as you can see, unfortunately, this rocker cover extremely thin. You can see where it's been patched up there. And some of it's come off. There's like little lead balls in the engine where it's come off. So I have to cut it out. We'll just burn it out and replace it with metal if we can. But it should look the nuts when it's done. Everything's been off distributor. We have a new clutch for it, courtesy of Amir down in Bosnia. Oh, a new friction plate.
Friction?
Yeah, pressure plates. So big it's not a problem. Tomorrow I'll go and get some heat resistant paint for this is 600 and something degrees, this stuff. But I'll get some for the engine. But I want a kind of nice army green, like a drab army green. I think it'll look nice. So I'll put this video up, and as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and we'll see you in the next one.